Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're stopping by Hermes in Port Clinton, Pennsylvania. We're going to test ride the 2021 Triumph Speed Triple RS. And see if it's worth the buy. I hope so. So hopefully you guys enjoy this video. Getting the license plate put on so I can take out the Speed Triple and check out and compare it to the street when I just got off of it right now. But this is a beautiful bike, stunning. It's I love the silver color. I mean, I would have preferred a black, but let's see.
Alright guys, so I'm on the 2021 Triumph Speed Triple. This bike is amazing. The seating position compared to the street that I have, it's just way more comfortable, and it's more comfortable for a taller person. I'm 6 foot tall, so it's definitely way more comfortable. I mean, I'm not even pushing on the bike, and this bike is like so, you can feel the torque and the power on it. It's amazing. It's got full Olin suspension, a quick shifter. I mean, the 1160cc engine. I mean, it just feels like the street, but way more powerful and a little bit longer. Like you could tell just by looking at it that it looks bigger. But the seamless shifting or quick shifter, we all change our names of calling it. It is super smooth. I mean, this bike is incredible with the Mettler's race tech tires. Oh my god, like I'm in love with this bike. So I'm gonna take it for a few miles, between 8 to 12 miles to check it out. Who knows? Maybe I'll end up buying it. But this bike is freaking amazing. I love the power, and I feel way taller than the street. I just gotta take it easy because these Mettler tires are just breaking in. And I definitely don't want to drop this bike. As priced, the way it's priced right now, it's $18,100. So we'll see how we take off on these curvy and twisty roads. But oh my god, so far this bike is amazing. It's just got the power band on it it's got a lot of power. Like, if you're looking for a lot of power on the naked bike, this is definitely it. I mean, I like the Street Fighter, the Ducati Street Fighter, but oh my god, the downshifting is super sweet. And the exhaust is a little ugly, but it sounds pretty cool. I just don't want to push too hard in it. It's in a braking mode, so definitely don't want to take a chance, mess it up. But oh my god, just the takeoff sounds amazing. I can't wait to get on the highway to see what the speeds, how it feels a little bit faster. I had to adjust the mirrors, the brakes. I think these are the Brembo Stelema calipers up front. If not, then it's just Brembo calipers, but they are very good. The rear ones works really well too. I mean, look at the dash. It's like I said, it's like having a street with way more power and a bigger or a 5-inch TFT dash. It's not bigger. It just looks about a little bit wider and taller. But I mean, like, I'm at 3,500 RPMs on 4th gear, and this bike is just like it's shaking. It doesn't even want to go slow. I mean, and the front headlights are the same ones off the street. You can get the cover for it that goes like the street has, so you can get the little windscreen. I was told, so you can make it look like a street. You can turn the speed into a street with the front looks, but it looks pretty cool the way it is. But I think if I would buy it, I'd definitely get the streets front cover and the mini windscreen. But and the exhaust is pretty quiet when you're at regular, like I'm only doing 3,500 RPM, so it's a pretty quiet exhaust when you're just cruising. I mean, this bike, it feels, I'm telling you, from just personally riding it right now, oh my god, the difference in seating position is so much different compared to the street. The street to me is way more cramped, and my butt hurts when I'm riding. And this one, it's made more for a taller person. So if you're a taller person, and definitely check this bike out if you have the street. I have the street, and I go on an hour-long ride and my butt starts hurting. I mean, I love my street, but this one is definitely more like my size. This is so comfortable. I can't even tell you how comfortable this is. This is some nice back roads. I mean, if I buy the bike, the first things I would do personally, I would definitely get the front screen and the front cover like the street, change the exhaust. This bike, I'd definitely get a Akropovich exhaust or some louder exhaust. What else would I mean, other than that, I think I'd leave it about the same. I'm so happy that it's got full Öhlings exhaust, because the street that we have, that doesn't even have the full Öhlings. It's only the rear. And I gotta know where I gotta turn back around. Jeez. Okay. But yeah, it's a very smooth ride for over 1 liter bike. It just makes you feel a lot taller, like for me personally. I mean, if you guys are interested, I would definitely go to your local Triumph dealer and test ride it. It's very smooth when you're taking it easy, and hopefully soon I'll be able to get to the highway and see how it goes and push it a little bit. I can go up to 5,000 RPMs is what they told me. Oh man, but this bike it's comfortable, I'm telling you. It doesn't have heated grips, so that's another add-on you probably want to do. I don't know, there isn't much else I'd change on this bike, that's for sure. This bike is beautiful. It's got that like sinister look on the front of it, just like the street. I'm definitely enjoying the ride. These back roads are crazy. I like these nice twisty roads. So I definitely got to start making my way back to the dealership. Let's see, where is... Gotta look for a spot. Yeah, just pulling on the throttle, it just wants to fly. But these tires aren't breaking in, so... Man, where am I going to turn around? I'm enjoying this ride too much, I don't even want to take it back. It is very quiet too when you're like just regular speeds. You can even turn off the quick shifter like on the street too. I gotta turn around, definitely. Alright, next place I see, I'm gonna have to turn around because I'm already going a little too far out. Where am I? Okay, we'll turn around here. Go back. I don't want to get in trouble and then think that I'm stealing the bike. But I mean, this bike is very agile. Oh my god, I'm telling you, it's like they basically just use the streets frame and lightness of the street and put a bigger engine in it. It definitely wants to fly, that's for sure. And you see the TFT screen? I mean, it tells you how much gas there is, and the brightness and the themes. Have to sit here and play with it, not while I'm riding. So it's got riding aids, coolant, warning, service. Let's pay attention to the road. Trip. Let's try trip so we can see how much miles. It's got 7 miles on it so far. But it's very quiet too. I mean, that's why I definitely would get a Krapovich exhaust, give it a little bit of sound. But it's definitely not lacking punch, that's for sure. I think I'm in love. I think the only thing I can find wrong with this bike is that it doesn't have the front street cover. And the exhaust is quiet. Other than that, this bike's pretty perfect. It's definitely, like I said, I know I've said it a few times, was very, very comfortable. Downshift's really smooth, upshift's really smooth. Another difference compared to the street is that this is a single-sided swing arm. It makes it look way more beautiful. And the rear is a lot more narrow. Have to see what the passenger seat looks like. Oh man, I'm really enjoying this bike. Ugh, this is horrible. I'm gonna want it now. Just gotta find my way back to the dealership so they don't think I stole the bike. Let's just enjoy the ride. I mean, the TFT is amazing. Look at that, that is so cool, the home button. And it turns on just like the street. I'm gonna have to see where the key is. And I better get back, it's down to 1 bar. Definitely it has a lot more punch than my street. Well, you would think so for a 1160cc engine. It is so light. And this bike just wants to lean when you go into the corners. The brakes they work so good. Oh my god, you barely even touch them and they're like stopping. It's got a nice sound to it out of the exhaust when you're taking off. It's really nice. It definitely starts vibrating a lot like a Ducati when you're going under 3,000 RPMs. It doesn't like to go slow. Definitely wants to be going fast. You could feel it. Clutch lever is adjustable, so is the front brake. I got 11 miles on it. I mean, all-in suspension. It's the gas. I don't know where the key is. and it's got cruise control. Same mirrors as the street. Got self-canceling on turn signals. Oh man, this is this bike, man. Don't test ride. I'm only at 4,000 RPMs in 6th gear, doing 64 miles an hour. Me want yeah, it definitely vibrates when it's going slow, just like my old Panigale. It's not a bike that wants to go slow, so if you buy it, make sure you want to be going fast, because even when I was doing 40, it was vibrating. You can feel it through the handlebars. Feels like it wants to wheelie every time.
There's my street. I'm pulling up to it. It's just waiting for me. Be like, please don't trade me in. Definitely a sweet ride. I'm gonna miss this baby. This is such a beautiful bike. I think it's awesome. I don't know, like I said, the front headlights look exactly like the street triple. I mean, it uses the same front brake lever and the clutch lever, the same mirrors as the street. You see the 1200 on the rear. The rear, yeah, the rear to me looks a little bit narrower. Yeah, it has a lot of the characteristics of the street triple. Like I said, like a lot of the instrumentation is the same. I mean, the exhaust, you can see there, it's two pipes coming out. There's a single-sided swing arm. It's got the Brembo rear caliper, the Brembo Solema front brake calipers. You turn it off the same way as all the newer Triumphs. It's just, I don't know, I personally like the way the bike looks. It looks beautiful. I wish I could take it home with me. I definitely would purchase it. I mean, it's basically the same style bike, but just it's bigger and more agile, and it's got the carbon fiber front fender. I think it's a beautiful bike. I love this bike, me personally.
I'm just coming to check for you. I have a freaking key fob.
Yeah, I was like, so it's a key fob.
Yeah, there's not even a key. This is even for the gas tank.
Yeah, and after riding the speed and the street back to back, man, this bike just feels so slow compared to the speed. Like I wish I could just take the speed home. I love the speed, and if I had the money, I would definitely buy it. Like I said, if you guys are a tall rider and you're looking at this bike, test ride it. I mean, it is way more comfortable than the street. It's very, very comfortable for a tall person. Like, I found it so much more roomier than the street. So it's definitely a lot longer bike. I definitely looked at it and it looks longer. Like I said, the only two things I'd want to change is the front cover. I definitely buy that. It just has it has a nice look to it, but it's just, I don't know, it's just missing something, which is, I think, the cover for me personally. And I definitely would get another exhaust, because that exhaust is just so quiet. So yeah, these are hyper naked bikes. I mean, they're just incredibly fast anymore. No fairings. The KTM 1290 Duke is another bike that's super fast. I've ridden that bike before, and the Ducati Street Fighter. That one I have to test ride. I can't wait to test ride that. And I mean, these bikes are just incredibly fast. But I mean, for 18,300, I think this one's a really good buy. I would highly recommend this bike. Like I said, if you're a taller rider, maybe if you're a shorter rider, you definitely have plenty of space in there. But it is an awesome bike, guys. Yeah, after riding the 2021 Speed Triple and my Street Triple, I rode the Street before and then after I rode the Speed, and it's a beautiful bike. They're very similar in looks. You can see that they have the same headlights. I would definitely get this cover and the windscreen when they're available, for the Speed if I had it. But I mean, man, that bike is just so powerful. It's way more comfortable. The seat is more plush than the Street. It does use the same brake levers, the clutch lever. I mean, everything's pretty much the same on the dash, except for the key. That one's a key. If I was using the same mirrors. I mean, if you have the Street, the only reason I would see either want to upgrade to the Speed is just for speed, really. I mean, and the single-sided swing arm, which makes the rear of the bike look really awesome. The exhaust I would definitely change for me personally, because it was just really too quiet. Once you're going really fast, it's like the sound just disappears, probably because of that Euro 5 compliance thing. But I mean, the Speed is just 1160cc engine. Its claimed horsepower is 180 HP. Its weight is down 22 pounds from the previous Speed. Its curb weight is 437 pounds. And with the Ohlins suspension, the front forks and the rear, which is really awesome. I love Ohlins suspension. The Street has the rear and not the front. So, I mean, that makes a big difference, especially if you're going to take the Speed to the track. And the keyless ignition, which everything is keyless, which is great. I mean, I couldn't believe they let me go and forgot to give me the key fob. And I'm lucky that the bike didn't shut off on me or run out of gas, and I would have to call the dealership back. It's got the 5 ride modes. It's got the IMU and the ABS and the traction control. It's got that 5-inch TFT dash, which you saw in the video, which is really nice to look at. It's very colorful. It's got the Brembo Stelema calipers, which I talked at the beginning of the video. They're really good. They work just as good as the ones on the Speed. Yeah, and the first Speed that ever came out was in 1994. That's, what, like 27 years ago? That's crazy. The price tag of the Speed is the only thing. It's, $18,300. So I mean, if you don't really need a lot of speed, I would go with the Street, but I definitely found the Speed for my stature way more comfortable. At 6 foot tall, the seat is way more comfortable compared than the Street. It looks like they put a little bit of time into developing the space in the cockpit is way more comfortable, especially if you're a taller rider like myself. The Metzler Race Tech tires, they're really good. I like them. That was the first time I've ever used them, and I didn't see any issues with them. Right off the bat, they were good. I didn't really slide at all, not even one time. And the bike has a 4.1 gallon gas tank. So, I mean, you probably get like 130, 140 miles of the tank if you're not pushing. And the seat height, from what they're saying, is 32.7 inches. So I mean, it isn't that much taller than a lot of the 1 liter bikes. So it's definitely, I would definitely buy it if I had the money. I mean, with the Street, it's kind of hard to justify trading in a Street that's a year old to get a Speed. But for me personally, if I had the money, I would definitely buy it, hands down. Hopefully, if you guys enjoy this video, please subscribe, please like, please share, and hope to see you in a future video. Thanks, guys. me taking pictures of this speed.